Welcome everyone, it's Rick. Hola. Buenos noches. Or buenos tardes. I think buenos noches is good night. How you doing? I got my world up here. I had it like twirling around there. I got my overalls on. I had to do like a little boiler work today, and tomorrow I'm going to go do boiler work. I'm a heat guy. I don't do it anymore, but I'll help people in Seattle. A lot of people have boiler systems. If you live up in the northern part of the USA or New York, anywhere up north, they would have these radiators that in each room that have water flow through them, and then that's what kind of heats up the house. So that's what I do. And some of these boilers are as big as this room. They're huge. You'd be surprised because we got a lot of old houses here in Seattle, and nobody knows how to work on them anymore. All these, there's nobody, none of these young people coming up in the world want to learn how to do mechanical work. So I don't blame them either, but I found an office sign. I bought that at Ace Hardware. This is going to be my office for now on, if you guys will let me. I kind of like painting. It's easier than boiler work, and it's a lot more creative. Although boilers, you got to create boilers too. You got to design the pipes, and I put in a lot of boiler systems. I moved up here. My buddy Matt kind of showed me how to do it because I lived in Vegas. We didn't have boilers there except at the hotels. They had boilers, but not in the houses. I'm going to do a landscape here. I did one yesterday. It was kind of like impressionism and abstract. Let me see if I see it here. But anyway, I put it on X, and I got like 10 likes right off the bat. So, people liked it. I have the live stream is on there on my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm trying to get more subscribers. For some reason, I hit a dead end right at 2034. It's been at that for like 3 weeks now. It'll go up to 2035. The next day it'll go back to 34, 35, 34. It's just not growing. I don't know. I think it's YouTube again, slowing my channel down. And I like YouTube. You know, they give me this opportunity to publish my work here, which is kind of nice. This is free publishing right here on YouTube. If you're a musician, I'm also a musician. I'm going to start another channel and start putting some of my original songs on YouTube. And you never know, some country star might want to play your song, so you got it published on YouTube so they can hear it at least. I'm going to put some light blue on the whole painting right now. I'm not going to really explain this painting too much because it's just going to be something like impressionism. I'm just going to paint, okay? I will tell you, though, that this is just the undertone. This will not be a part of the painting. I do this just to get rid of the white color. Just to get rid of it. Because when the light reflects, if you don't put any undertone, your painting will look a little different with that white underneath there, because the light will get through there and the white will shine through. So that's why I'm putting this on. So tomorrow I got another job, boiler job to look at. I don't get those very often. But I just do them for people I know. I don't go out looking for work. This is going to be my work here. I'm trying to get more members too. Besides subscribers, if you like live streams, these are pretty relaxing. Let me put on my phone. I forgot to put my channel on here so I can see if anybody's chatting. There we go. I'm on. Check out this rack I put over here on the right. See that thing right there? The bar? These shelves adjust to any height here. And that was in my friend's shower. I had to go and recaulk around her shower lid, and that thing was pushing her lid up in the shower, and I go, you can't put that back in there, because it almost destroyed the ceiling in the shower. So she gave it to me, and I can't use it in my shower, so I go, I'm going to use it here in my office. So look at that. Now I can put my phone up there and watch the chat instead of up here. Now I'm chatting. Let me finish this light blue here, and I'm going to start doing a painting, impressionism or abstract. Let me zoom this back into the painting. If you're new to the channel, this is going to be an abstract piece here, but this is more of like what I do, like realistic acrylic paint, okay? Landscapes. But this is going to be like impressionism or abstract. And I'm just trying to get rid of the white color right now. That's why I'm putting a light blue on here. Alright, now I'm going to get started with the cool painting. Let's see what we're going to do here. Today I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put the mountain in first. Let me make sure this is zoomed. That looks good enough. That looks good enough. You can see outside there, we're getting pretty nice weather. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to mix, I'm going to put some mountains up there first. I'm not going to give every detail of the painting. You'll understand it when you see what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. we're gonna hold the brush out today and try and get some impressionism going on here. I think I'm gonna put a mountain kind of off to the right here. So that the abstract painting I did last night, like I said, I put it on. I put it on. Uh, I put it on X, which is the old Twitter, the new name for Twitter, and I didn't really like it because it was kind of different than what I usually do, but people loved it, and I was getting all these hearts on X, so there we go. That looks kind of cool. I think I'm trying too hard. It might not end up looking like Impressionism. It might. We'll see. I'll just throw some colors down here in a kind of a loose manner. How's that sound? Is that artsy enough for you? So there, we kind of got a mountain here, and then there's a hill in front here. That looks... I'm trying to show people how I paint. These are my techniques, and trying to show you how easy acrylic paint can be if you want to give painting a try. I think anybody can learn this. I mean, you know what you don't even have to make the shapes of the mountains look perfect. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to work this lower section, then I'll put the sky in. If you just joined in, this is just the undertone, the blue. And I'm not trying to make a perfect painting. It's going to be more abstract-y than like Impressionism maybe. Let me make some green here. I'm mixing all my colors. I'll show you my palette anyway. I got burnt umber, yellow ochre, yellow, and green. Blues, Prussian blue, brilliant blue, black, and white. And I'm just going to mix a little green here. And I want to put some grass back here under this mountain. I'm holding the brush out today like this, so it hopefully looks like Impressionism. Bring this green maybe all the way across here, like that. let those colors mix a little. Wow, that looks pretty good so far. I think I want some kind of trees going from here off into this distance here. So I'm going to get some of my dark color that I use for trees, and I'm just going to kind of lay the color in there. When I was a little bitty baby. So these are going to be trees going off to the back. I'm going to put a shadows down here real quick. Cool. And a little light green right at the base of the trees. I'll bring this green out a little more, maybe make a hill in there. Let me make a little more light green. I want kind of like a hill in here, like I like it. I like it. I like it. Biddy bip biddy bip. I see like maybe this will be maybe I can run a little water down this little valley here. Uh, let's see if I can do that real. Let me finish this up down here. So I think I want to put some rocks down here. I'm just going to do them I want to put some rocks right here. In gray. Cool. It's probably not going to end up looking like you know, when you do landscapes, it's almost like impressionism, because you're just throwing up colors up there. What's hard is to try and make a landscape look like abstract. That's a little more difficult to do. Wow, it's looking pretty good. I can kind of already see where I can put some bushes and trees in here. Put some trees out here. Might put water down here. I don't know. Now I'm going to run some water from back here in this little, it looks like a little valley in here. See that? Coming down through here. Maybe I'll drop, yeah, I'll drop some water down here and maybe run some water behind this rock right here. So that's what I'll do. This is what's cool about improvising. You just make it up as you go. So I'll probably drop some water here and just run a little bit of water behind this rock. Just like that. So we'll get a little sense of water right here. I'm going to bring it from way back there, drop it down here in a waterfall, and then it'll run this way. I like that. We'll put a little yellow ochre here. There we go. There's my scene. That really looks cool. If you've never done a landscape before, I'll give you a tip. Like just what I just did here, you just put any colors you want. I usually put a mountain in like this, and you could put any colors down here you want. Green, yellow ochre, brown, blue, gray for more rocks. And then I usually come back and start putting my trees in wherever I want them, and bushes. It's really fun. It's a cool way to paint. And when I get to this stage of the painting, then I start looking what I have here. Like I want this to be a hill right here. Tie it in here. I'm going to run my water down here right now so I don't forget. From all the way back here, we're going to have a little bit of water in between probably these mountains here. So what I'll do, I'll bring it down this way. It's going to be coming from behind this hill here. And then I want to bring it down this little valley here. Down to here. And then what I want to do, I'll put it in right now since I got a few of you on here. I want to drop this down into this water here. So what I'm going to do is kind of make it look like a drop off up there. Into this blue water here, okay? That's all you got to do. I think if you just watch me paint live, you'll get some ideas on how I do things, you know. Wow, I like that. It make this look far away now. Doesn't that look cool? I kind of put that in a little early, but that's all right. I'm going to do the sky now. This is just my undertone here, so I haven't even done the sky yet. You could see some of that blue is kind of coming through underneath here in some places. It's better than having white coming through here. I hate seeing the white canvas show through. I really like this. I think I want to have, I think I'm going to have my clouds kind of bellowing up from the mountains. So I'm just going to put some white clouds all around the bottom of, on the top of my mountains. I'm going to use Prussian blue on the sky, but mixed with a little bit of, I got a little bit of brilliant blue here. What I'm going to do is just, I usually just mix it on the canvas, or got to lighten this Prussian blue because it's so dark. I'll mix it in this brilliant blue a little bit, and then I'll put a little white in it. Lighten it up. I try and leave it like a marble color. That's light enough. Look at that. It's a nice dark dark blue. I like to start adding some white in there already while I'm putting the blue up, just to get it to mix a little bit. Me and Lisa were learning some CCNR songs. They're pretty fun to play. Cotton Fields Back Home. We're learning that one. It's pretty fun. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Their songs are kind of, you know, G, C, D, A, but I mean, that singer was pretty good in Creedence. He had a very good voice, man. There's some of their songs I can't sing at all because he's just so good. Well, so far for so much for my impressionism or abstract. It's starting to look like a traditional landscape. It's hard. It's hard to do impressionism, believe it or not, because you always want it. I always want to paint. I always want it to look like a landscape. You know, you gotta. Doing impressionism, it's a little, I might be able to do some with the bushes, but so far to me this does not look like impressionism, and I'm holding my brush way out there, so but they're fun. I love doing landscapes. I always say this, I never have one that looks like another one. They're always different. Always. And I've done thousands of landscapes, man. There's no two that are the same. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, this is, I've been painting doing landscapes for probably 10, 15 years now. I started with abstract faces. Yeah. At least I've got some people in here today, about 200. I can't keep up with the chat. But thanks for watching. This isn't an instructional video. I'm just, you know, want you guys just to watch me do it. That's all. I might talk about a few tips along the way. But this is looking pretty good. Wow. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. I'm going to have some cool stuff coming up this summer. I'll start painting outside there on the patio. So much for my Impressionism and abstract. I'm just going to turn this into a, you know, realistic painting because it looks pretty good. I'm going to put my snow up here now. I really like the way this is turning out, so I'm not going to ruin it and try and make it look like abstract. So I'll probably change the title when I'm done to, I'll just call it a realistic landscape. There's my snow. I'm going to put some snow on these peaks up here. Create some dimension. Look at that. Once you put just a little bit of snow up there, then the mountain starts taking shape. You see that? Wow. This is the best. I really love doing mountains. Ba-da-ba. This is going to be a little hill here. So I'll probably turn that maybe a little bit of green down here just to get this separation on this hill here. But this is going to be a hill right here. This looks pretty cool. I got distant mountains back there. I'll put some trees back here on this grass, distant trees, and I'm going to put another kind of a peak right here, just so I could get a little, maybe turn this mountain out a little. Let's just do that. I'll turn it. I'll turn it like this way. Okay. There we go. See how it's like going to come down this way now? And I can put all my shade color on this side now. Wow. Pretty cool. I usually don't put snow back here. I'm going to do it today. Follow that ridge back there. And just put some snow so that doesn't stay dark there. I had someone a long time ago ask why I don't put snow here. Because the mountain kind of goes around in a circle, right? If you're looking at the top of it, it kind of goes around like this. It's hard to explain, but look at that. All right, I'm going to mix my blue and white for the shade color. Just a very light blue, very light, because if you put a dark color up here, it'll make the mountain look closer. So I want that mountain to look far away, so I'm going to use a very light color on it. And it should help draw the mountain back into the scene, okay? You can always, if it's too light, you can always darken it up. I'm going to edge the mountain. See what I mean? Sometimes you can pull because the mountain is running like this. so you could pull this shade color this way sometimes, okay? Because the mountain is round, right, at the bottom, because this is going to go around the other way. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama would rock me in the cradle. Wow. Whoops. My camera's been going in and out of focus for some reason. Let me push it in a little more. Wow, look at that mountain, man. Look at that mountain, how cool that looks. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I got a few people that come in and watch me paint. I need to get more of you to come in though, so we could do some chatting in the chat room. But look at that. I really like that look. I'm going to whiten up this peak just a little up here. Give it a little more brightness. Wow. Yeah, it looks like the sun's hitting right there on the top peak now. I'll give you, another tip is I like using a large filbert brush for just to get my underpaint in. This is my first layer right here. All this. Now I'm starting to build on it, okay? Everything I'm doing now is like the second layer. But what I want to do is soften this mountain at the bottom. So just wet the brush a little and then kind of dry it off just a little and pull some of this blue down at the bottom and then kind of lightly blend this lower portion of the mountain. Wipe your brush off so you don't get that blue everywhere, and maybe blend the bottom of the mountain. You can pull some of this blue to soften it up here, and then lightly blend this lower section. It's going to make it look like mist down here. It helps soften the mountain up, and it makes it look like it's off in the distance a little bit now. You see that? Makes it almost blurry kind of, but that color will come back. Look at that. I like the contrast when you got a light sky and a dark mountain like that. I really like that contrast. I'm just using a filbert brush to blend this, but if you got a mop brush, you can use it. It'll help keep the lines out of it. But look at that. So check this out. I think I'm going to use yellow up here because this got black in it. You know, if you put yellow and black, it'll turn green. So I'm going to wash this hill. This is supposed to be a hill right here. I'm going to wash it with yellow. So I'm going to wet this brush and just put a little bit of yellow on it. Just a little bit of yellow. And I'm gonna dab it on my rag here. I just want to wash it with yellow and see what happens. Wow. I like that. Look now. I'm going to bring some of this yellow over here now. Let me get my larger brush because this one, there we go. Let's see what that does here in a little bit. It's almost turning like a light green already. So let me put some trees up here now. Right on top of this hill here. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to try and make the top of these trees, I'm going to turn them into evergreen trees, I guess. just put a little bit of paint on your brush and use the corner and pull up ever so slightly. It'll kind of make them look like evergreen trees back there. Wow, I really like that. So in front of my mountain, I'm going to keep the trees dark. I'm going to put some distant trees back here as well. Hopefully I'm not in the way. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'll leave this open because what I'm going to do, I'm going to run probably a tree from right here up here on the side of that mountain. What is today? What is today is Tara, how you doing? Do you still draw landscapes, Tara? See that little waterfall I put in there? I did that kind of early, but when I put my terrain in, I go, oh, this looks like a little valley here. So I decided to put the waterfall in kind of prematurely, but I'm going to do a different type of tree. This is a tree that like maybe looks like Van Gogh did a lot of these trees. It's where the branches are like pointing straight up, okay? Just like that. I kind of like doing these trees sometimes because the other one, everybody says, you know, it looks like Bob Ross did those other trees a lot. So he didn't do these types of trees, so that's good. So then they can't say it looks like a Bob Ross painting. But I love Bob Ross, but this is acrylic paint. He used oil paint. This is totally different style, what I'm doing here. So I got the earth spinning. Look at that tree. Man, I mixed a little, that's hooker green, right? Hooker's green with black in it. And look at what I did to that hill up there. Remember I put the yellow on the black? See how cool that looks now? Man, this is really turning out good. I need to change the title when I'm done though, because this is not impressionism or abstract. Uh, I'm gonna put a smaller one right next to it, so it looks like it's behind there. There we go. We got a couple of trees there. These are more like Van Gogh trees, okay? Hopefully you know who Van Gogh is. This is really taking shape. I really like it. Let me do my rocks down here real quick. I decided to put like some rocks over here. So I usually do these just like the mountain. I'll put the light on one side like this. And then put the shadow color right underneath it. There we go. Just some kind of rocks there. I really like this one so far. I'm coming up on an hour, so how this one's gonna run, I'm gonna keep this hill here, put some bushes here and run a few trees over here. I'd really like to get a tree going off into the sky here, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I'd like to put a big tree right here. Or maybe, yeah, it'll work right here, watch. Here's what we'll do. I'm using Hooker Green, and it has black in it. So what I like to do first, here I got some dirt here. This is going to be like a ledge here. So I'm going to kind of put some bushes coming across here. And then I'm going to have, we'll put some bushes here on this hill. Now I'm going to put a big tree up into the sky there. I'm going to put one of those trees that are, I don't want to cover my water, so I'm going to move it over here just a tad. It's going to be one of those trees that are tall and skinny. Evergreen tree. Yeah, that'll look good. That way I keep it skinny up here on the top. I'm going to stay on my trunk with my brush, and I'm going to get wider as I come down. But just stay on your trunk first and press the branches on like this. And then look at it. If you want to widen it out, you can. But I want this one to be skinny. You can come back and widen the bottom out if you want, or the sides just a little. I want to keep it skinny, just like that. Wow. Doesn't that look cool? That way I can leave this green hill here. I could put some dandelions down here. Because usually I would run a tree here and cover all this. I want to leave all this open so you can see the landscape. This looks pretty good. Check this out. Check this out. We're going to put a tree out here. And then we're going to, our light's coming from the right. We'll put a shadow there. And some bushes down here. Wow. Get a little perspective going on there. I need another tree though. Two trees there. Really cool. This looks really cool looking. I'll put a few trees out here. These are far away, so I'm just going to make them big with my brush like this and pull the bottom. And they'll look like trees out there. It's really coming out good. So this is like a dirt drop off here. So what I'm going to do, I need to put some dark in there somewhere. I was supposed to go to band practice today, but it got canceled. One of the girls in the band, her husband, I guess I shouldn't say, but doesn't feel good, so that's all I'll say. So we can't go to their house. That's all right. I'll do one of my. I'll probably do one of my cool abstract paintings after this. I'll probably make a couple shorts. That's what I'll do. A little too much white, but I'll fix that up in a second. That's supposed to be like a drop off. That's why the water, that's why I got the water falling down right there. It's looking pretty good. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba. Oh. Daniel's in the house. How you doing, Daniel? I can't, I don't know if my, chat is keeping up. Everything's going in, backwards. Like, cause I know Tara was in here earlier, and Daniel, I can't tell if you were in here earlier and it just showed up or what. It's like the chat's going backwards or something. All the new ones are going on top. They usually go on the bottom. But how's it going? Lisbieta. Elsbieta. Florzak. Jak se máš? I think we got some people from Poland in here. Dobře. Let me, I'm going to put a little highlight on this tree here. Well, I'm glad a few of you are getting to see this. YouTube has been slowing me down a bit, you know. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. Because, like, a couple months ago, I was getting almost 20 subscribers a day. And then now it just stopped. And, I mean, I'm putting out some pretty good content, I think. So very small little touches here to highlight this big tree. I want it to look like it has a lot of branches. You got to leave some of that dark in there to keep the shadows. This part, this really takes practice. Highlighting, you got to have a little patience. I used to rush through it really fast, but now I take my time coming down so it looks, and I turn my brush occasionally so you get different looks on the brush so it doesn't look like the same thing all the way down, okay? But look at that tree now. Wow. Wow, wow. I'm going to do these bushes with yellow. And check this out. I'm going to rinse the brush off so I don't get any green in it. A lot of times I won't rinse my brush, but it's good to do it because if you don't want to contaminate your bushes. If you want yellow, now I mix a little white in my yellow from the beginning, so I'm going to put some bushes down here, and watch how I do it. I'm going to make it really small here. Let me start right in here. I'll put a small bush here first in the front. Just like that. Do one at a time. Now, when you do your bushes, think about it like, let's leave some of this dark in here and start another bush right in here, okay? Now, just touch the top part of the bush first, really lightly. And leave some of the dark down there. Now I'm going to move my brush up higher over here. Just come down really soft, and I'll make my final bush over here really soft, coming down with the brush so it gets darker at the bottom. And this one here, I'll just touch it at the top like this. And we'll leave some of that dark in there on this one. So, doesn't that look cool, those bushes? If you're new to painting, that was a good tip there. That's how you do it. One bush at a time. Start off with one and then look at it. That looks really cool. And it's already got the shadows underneath. Remember when I put these in dark, I pulled the dark out underneath already. So you already have the shadows there. You don't have to mess with the shadows. Just like I did these trees here, I pulled the shadow out while I was making them, okay? We could probably put a shadow here. When you want to keep all your shadows running in the same direction, so if I put a shadow off this tree, I want it to run like that up there. So I might be able to darken right up in here, and it'll look like a shadow from this tree here. So I'm thinking about that. I got to put the shadows on these trees, right? So what I like to do, I'll put my brush here and then bring it over here at the same angle, and I'll see where this has got to run now, okay? This angle over here, right in there. Pretty cool. Man, look at that big tree. Look at this tree, how cool it looks. I've got all these different tones in this grass. All these different greens in here. It's going over a gray mountain, a blue sky, green, yellow, green, green, green bushes, yellow bushes. It's really looking cool. There's my new office. I'm in my new office right now. My office sign. I got my phone over here to the right now because I got some shelves over here on the right so I can watch the chat. I'm getting thirsty. I might have to go check out Daniel's, thanks Wesley. I might have to go check out Daniel's page to see if he cleaned his house the other day. I subscribe to Daniel. He can be funny, man. He's been trying to clean his house for the last couple weeks. But just like everybody, Daniel, we're all a little bit lazy sometimes. I did have a girlfriend in Las Vegas. Her name was Amy, and everything had to be perfect. Every day, her house looked like, you know, when you go buy a house, they had a model house you could look at. That's what her house looked like, man. But yeah, everything had to be spotless, man. Needless to say, I didn't stay with her. I mean, I was with her for a while, but let's see. I'm gonna do the clouds now. That's what needs to be done. This one, I was gonna do this. I put it in the title, Impressionism, but I'm gonna change that when this uploads. It's not impressionism. This is just realistic landscape. I wanted to do a abstract impressionism landscape, but it didn't turn out that way. So I'm going to do some clouds now. It's about, I've been using this fan brush. It's a number 2 oil fan brush. This acrylic paint, but the oil fan brush works good, like for the trees and the bushes, because the bristles are hard, and it gives you all these edges on the branches, but it also works good for clouds. So let me do a few clouds for you. I almost want to fill the whole sky in with some cool clouds. I'm going to do one from right here up to the side over here. Watch this style that I do. What I'm going to do is start here, and I'm going to pretend like I'm doing the top part of the cloud. Just the top part of it. Just stamp it in. This is called stamping. And stamp in the top part of the cloud. And now with the brush at the bottom, just pull the bottom to the right. Just the bottom part. Just pull it out in different sections. Leave some of that blue in there so it looks like shadows. Okay. And there you go. Look at those clouds, man. Look how quick I did those. Isn't that easy? If you've been having problems with your clouds, this is a really good technique. And then you can come in here and really get the edge. Make sure your edges are nice and clean up there so they look like they're full, okay? And then just lightly pull the bottom while it's wet. Now this acrylic paint, you gotta do one cloud at a time because this paint dries fast, okay? There we go. It's a cool looking cloud. Now, you don't have to do them all like that, because every once in a while in Seattle, I'll just see like a cloud up there like this. Like just a round cloud like this. Just pull the bottom one way or the other. Doesn't matter. Occasionally I'll see clouds like that. I mean, you can make them all different ways. I'm not going for perspective in this one, but these mountains are far away, so what I would usually do is put small ones back here at the bottom around these distant mountains. Just put a few small clouds at the bottom here. Just like that, so it looks far away there. Let's run, I'm going to run a cloud from here behind this cloud and up this way. So it looks like this cloud's in front of it, okay? Maybe it'll look like it's layered then. So I'll start a cloud here, go through it, bring it all the way to the edge. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but we'll see. There we go. Yeah, kind of looks like I'll just put some highlights on this one in the front here, and it'll look like it's in front of this cloud here. Okay, there we go. Some easy clouds for you. Put one in here. Very easy technique there for clouds. We need one right here. Right there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Try and make that one stand out a little in the front. You could use gray or I'm using a light blue. Just to get it to stand on top of that white. Pretty cool looking. Did it do, did it do. Let me show you another way. You could do clouds like this too. Put a little white on your knife, and let's just put a streaker up here. Just take your knife and kind of streak across like that. Get a little more just on the very tip, okay? And we'll put some streaker clouds up there in the white section. It'll help look like there's clouds in the background. And you can put these streakers everywhere in between if you want. So it just looks like the sky is more layered. Don't do too many of them, just a few. A few of these, that's enough. Just a few streakers like that, okay? Don't overdo it. The way I do my clouds, it's already got some shadows in there, you see? Because I let some of the blue from underneath come through. And it already looks like shadows, so. But there's more you could do to those clouds. You can make them really look 3D if you wanted to work them. Add more light blue or gray to them. But I'm not going to do it. All right, guys. I think I've had enough. I'll finish this up and post the finished painting on the community page. But look at that. Oh, let me put a bird up there first before I go. Looks like everybody's busy today. That's all right. You can come back and watch it later. Put some distant birds in there. These birds are coming down here to the water. when you do your birds, do them at different angles. All this is it's an exaggerated V shape, but if you do them at different angles, it'll look like the bird's turning, okay? Like that. And there's different shapes you can do to make them look like a heron or an eagle. These are more like seagulls here. Canadian geese. Wow, I really like this one. The reason why I let it go so long is because I'm off today, and I don't have to work tomorrow. I don't have to get up early, and I don't have to go to practice today. They canceled band practice. So I can stay on here for a little bit. When I usually shut the camera off, I'll put all these branches in down here, because I know this is pretty boring watching somebody do these branches. So I usually do those. I'll finish this grass here because it just looks like it's flat. I'll put maybe some dandelions out here in the field, yellow dandelions. Put more hills in here, running down to the water. And I'll put a little bit of mist down here. I'll finish it up. But thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Ah, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, this little cliff. You have to watch how I came up with that. It was pretty cool. It started out as an abstract painting, but I just turned it into a realistic. It's hard to do impressionism, really. I'll try and do one later on this evening, but I always want it to look perfect. That's why I don't do impressionism. But I did do one yesterday. It was like abstract impressionism, and it got a lot of likes on Twitter, so. Yeah, I don't know if you can fail with impressionism. You just kind of slap the color up there with the shapes. I think the key is to make sure you have a lot of different tones. Like this grass, I got a lot of dark green here, light green, lighter. Just don't put one color down. You got to have, I could probably have more tones in here. It would look cool. If you just have one tone of green, like how this water looks, it just looks flat. Like I should have a lighter blue in here as well, and maybe a darker blue in here. I'd say at least 4 or 5 different tones in each color. It would look awesome. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next live stream. Cheers.